Hey fellas, welcome back to Campaigns for North Africa. I put together another spreadsheet for the game. I'm trying to get all the divisions on one sheet, or not one sheet, but at least on two sheets. And it looks like with this kind of setup, you can get a lot on here. I just want to look at two sheets instead of going through 25 sheets of spreadsheets. So that's how I have it set up. I've been playing around with it right now, and so far it's not too bad. So let's do let me fix you. Let's play around with this and see what happens again. All right, we'll have the axis go first. So we'll move our units here. Now, you can see that is the second Libyan. I can see this. I don't have problems with tiny writing, so it works for me. And then I'm just playing around over here of how I like to do, supply and track it. I'm either gonna do it here, or the other idea was to not have it on the spreadsheet and to have, which I got the idea from Warner Pacific, where you can have one represents stores, water, ammo, fuel. Now I have 3 games of Warner Pacific, so I can easily get the other charts out, and we can track everything by either with units or with trucks. I have to see which way I want to do it. And if I use a truck, like this is 99, if you put a 10 underneath it, it would be 990. And you can continue adding. So that's just an idea on that part. I'm just trying to slim down this spreadsheet, and all I can do, all I want to do is just carry around this for each nation and play just by looking at this sheet and doing my stuff here and using number counters. That way I can track things later on. And with the Italian scenario, there's only, let's see, there'll be this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this is about 10 units. This sheet here holds 18. So I can have the Italians on one sheet, and I can have the Commonwealth on another sheet. So if I can do everything on 2 sheets, beautiful. So let's get started. All right. I'm gonna use breakdown in this. So gotta remember what hex I left from. So that's the 2631. So it's 2, 4, 6. Everybody is leg. So what did I say? 2631. So 2, 4, 6. Breakdown cost is 4, 8, 12. So we had 12 breakdown points, and we had 6 CP points that we expended. All right. All right, so that's done. I'm just gonna do everything with the second Libyan. 4th Indian's gonna stay, so we're gonna get into combat. Let's see now. Forward position. Do we want to keep all the guns in forward position? I'm gonna do everything forward for the Italians. For the 4th Indian, let's see. What would he do? Yes, 4th Indian is going to put everyone in forward position. So they're going to use their artillery. So let's pay. So they're going to spend 3 CP to start doing their combat since they're using artillery. We're going to go from 6 to 11. However, I'm having a good friend of mine make me counters, number counters in different colors, to go up to, I think, 56, or maybe I might go up to 100, in 3 to 4 different colors. That way I can drop them down there that represents different things. But, okay, so he's expended moving 6 CP, and he's going to do combat. And the reason why I have 2 different counters is because of when you do fuel, I only waste it on this part for fuel. This is not wasted for fuel. So 11 CP has been expended. Our cohesion is going to take a hit by 1. That's another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to have a cohesion tracking for my units, and that way I know who has cohesion hits against them. All right, so let's start with artillery. Artillery is going to fire at all of their infantry units. They will fire back at our infantry units. So let's look at this. All right, we'll start with the Italians. It's simultaneous, so it doesn't really matter. So the Italians will do, so they'll do 63 and 24. Not 62, am I saying? 54. And the other one is going to be 24. So we have 78. 78, which is going to be 8 barrage. So we're going to get an 8 barrage coming down on. Let's get some of these other counters out, which I should have had them prepared. So we're going to drop an 8 barrage on these guys. Now they're going to fire back. Let's see. The 4th Indian, as you can see here. Here's where the guns are. So this is how I had it separated. I have infantry, I have armor, I have support and guns. This whole rectangle box represents the division as a whole. So, all right, going back to, so we're gonna send them just 2 of them. So 6 and 6 times 7 is 42, and 42 is 84. So they're also going to drop 8 barrage on the infantry. All right, fun time. We get to roll and see if we do some damage to people, which is awesome. Let me set that up. All right. Let's check the terrain. The terrain for both parties are clear, but let me see. That's not going to do anything. So he has 8 against him. He's in clear. He has 8 against him. All right. The Italians will roll first. 53. 53. We get to pin. So they're gonna pin 1 battalion. They roll a 12 as nothing. So the Italians get to pin a battalion. So 4th Indian, their battalion's pinned. Okay. Pin. Now, armor. Are we going to do armor? Well, the Italians have no armor to do. And 4th Indian has no armor as well, so armor is out the window. And last is, oh, by the way, let's back up. I did 12 breakdown points. So nothing's gonna break down now. What we have is our supply trucks. However, it's very hard for them to break down, and I'll show you why. I'll show you why. So basically, here's the breakdown table. All right, so we have 12 breakdown points, which we put here. But supply trucks get 2 shifts to the left. So it's gonna go 1, 2. As you can see, nothing's gonna happen. 11 to 66, 0% breaks down. So there are no breakdown. I leave this here because if we continue moving, this continues going up. All right, going back to now combat. So let's do our close assault. We are gonna go with, let's see. Let's do, we're pretty weak. So we're gonna send everyone going in. So we have 45. So 45 actually becomes 4.5, which is a 5. So we have 5 points, strength points. 4th Indian, they're gonna be much tougher. They're gonna go in only most of their units. So they're gonna go with 36. No, let's do more. So it's 18 times 2. 36 and 36, we'll do 72. So they're gonna go in 72. So these 2 will go in. And that's gonna be 7. All right. Indians have 7, they have a 5. Indians are gonna get a +2. They're starting out with. I love these dice. So they get a +2. And now let's check for cohesion and morale. We're gonna check the cohesion table and morale. The Italians will roll first. They have -1, 45, we are good. 66 for the 4th Indian. They're gonna lose a morale. This is what they roll, so you guys can see. So the 4th Indian was at 0 cohesion, but they rolled a 66. So it drops their morale by 1. So we look at each other's morale. So the
Fourth Indian had a morale of 1. That goes to 0. And we have 0. So it's nothing happens on the morale. Next up is going to be, are they both same division? I mean, they're divisions, so no one has an up on the other person. If this was a brigade, they would get 1 to 2 shifts in their favor. But right now, they're both the same, so. Next, we check to see if their raw attack is double, or if their defense is double. It is not. They had 72, we had 45. It was close, but they needed to have 90 or 91 points. So it's just going to be a +2. So let's get to the combat table. Combat table, we roll a 31 for the Italians, 31 on the combat table. The Italians are gonna lose 10%, and 31 equals 4, 3, 1. Nothing. So we're gonna lose 10%. They roll a 62, nothing's gonna happen to them. 53, it's gonna be 0%. And a 6 and a 2 is an 8. We're here. And nothing here. All right, so I didn't have to retreat or anything like that. So the Italians will lose 10%. Fourth Indian loses nothing. So we calculate this. Our raw firepower, like I said, was 45. We lose 10% of that, which is 4.5. We're the attacker, so that rounds up to a 5. So we have to consume 5 damage points. Now our close assault is a 1 for attack and a 1 for defense. So we're gonna lose 5 TOE. Yeah, so not good. All right, so we'll take it from these guys here. We will do 2, 4, and 1. 2, 2, and 1. All right. We can attack again if we so choose. We are at 11, so we have a -1 to our cohesion. We can do a probe, because we can't go over 15, because we're leg. But if we do a probe, we can do, I think it's 2 or 3 CP to waste, but we're not. We're just gonna stop here. And we're gonna be considered engaged. So, yeah. Not engaged. I take that back. We're considered in contact. All right, so we will do this. It would stop here. Basically what I would do, actually, I wouldn't take this away. We would do all other attacks throughout the board, leaving this on the map. This I can pull off. And then I can come back and, with my spreadsheet, make any corrections on fuel, ammo expended, and all that stuff, based upon all this stuff that's left on the board. Yeah. Oh, and like I said before, I have actually 2 other what do you call it again? Campaigns for North Africa. So I'll probably break out the other one, clip it, and I can use the doubles of this. So I'll have another second Libya, and I can put it on one of these charts to, or even here, to track cohesion. So, yeah. All right, guys. Again, I'm trying to keep everything just on this one sheet for each, instead of having multiple sheets of like 25. Like this one, I would have to have 9 to 12 sheets just for the Axis players. And I believe I would have to have 7 for the Allies. Or I could just now have one sheet for the Axis and one sheet for the Commonwealth and be done. Much easier. All right. Talk to you guys later.